You've been told that manifestation means movement, that to create, you must chase, build, and make things happen. Yet here's the quiet secret almost no one pauses long enough to feel. What if every act of pursuit pushes what you want farther away? Imagine that effort as a repellent, urgency as static in the field. In the quantum sense, reality doesn't reward your striving, it answers your signal. And that signal isn't in your words, your lists, or your rituals. It lives in your state. Most people speak abundance while vibrating with lack. They paint visions of love while pulsing loneliness beneath their ribs. They proclaim freedom but walk inside fear. The field doesn't hear the wish, it hears the frequency. That's the paradox. Manifestation doesn't unfold because you demanded it. It ignites because you became it. In this universe of infinite potential, nothing moves through effort. It moves through resonance. To manifest is not to push it, is to attune, to stop chasing and start becoming. You may have heard the phrase feel as if it's already done, yet when you try, it feels forced, distant, unreal. That's because becoming can't be faked. The state of allowing isn't pretending everything's fine, it's the quiet art of trusting the unseen. Quantum mechanics whispers the same truth. The observer shapes the outcome only when expectation hums with calm certainty, not panic. When you look through trust, the wave collapses into form. When you look through fear, it stays potential forever unchosen. So before we go further, pause, tune inward, like a radio searching for a clear station. You can't hear the music of your future if your dial is still set to the static of worry. Your task is simple and therefore radical. Stop asking reality to deliver. Begin aligning with the version of you who already lives what you seek. Because manifestation is not about summoning something new. It's about remembering what's already waiting. You can feel it now, that subtle hum beneath your thoughts. The quiet awareness that something vast is listening. The image of the radio still lingers from before, but now imagine that instead of turning a dial, it's your emotions, your breath, your faith that adjusts the frequency. The field is not some distant cosmic machine. It is the space inside and around you, responsive to the tone of your being. Every feeling sends ripples through that invisible sea. Every thought releases a signature electric in nature, magnetic in effect. Scientists once called this the observer effect, the startling discovery that the act of observation changes what is being observed. Yet beyond the laboratories, mystics were already whispering the same idea in older languages, that what you see mirrors who you are. The field listens not to your words, but to the vibration under them. It listens to coherence, that rare harmony between thought and feeling. When your mind says one thing but your body trembles in another, the field receives a fractured signal. But when your inner dialogue and your emotional current merge into a single tone, that unity becomes unmistakable. Consider what happens when gratitude fills your chest without needing proof. Your heartbeat steadies, your breathing deepens, your neurons fire in smoother patterns. In that moment, your energy organizes. It becomes music instead of noise. The field recognizes that rhythm. It responds by rearranging the probabilities around you to echo it back. Some call this synchronicity, others call it luck. But beneath those names lies resonance. It's easy to forget that energy always seeks coherence. Dissonant signals repel. Harmonized frequencies draw each other closer. So when you cultivate internal order, when thought, emotion, and belief align, you become magnetic. You stop trying to force outcomes and begin allowing reality to find you. And it does, because the universe has always been a mirror more than a marketplace. Think of how a tuning fork vibrates when another of the same note is struck nearby. It doesn't strain, it simply resonates. That's the secret motion of manifestation, not chasing, but vibrating in recognition. The clearer your tone, the stronger the resonance. The more consistent your emotion, the faster the feedback loop between you and the field becomes. That's why emotional coherence is not a luxury, it's the signal itself. You may wonder, how does this actually work? The brain emits electric patterns. The heart generates a magnetic field measurable several feet beyond the body. Together, they form your broadcast, a living electromagnetic signature. It's not mystical, it's measurable. When your thoughts are chaotic but your emotions are fearful, the signal scatters. But when gratitude, love, and calm focus synchronize, that broadcast stabilizes. The field doesn't need words. It feels patterns. It reflects those patterns through circumstances, people, and timing. So if your world seems unresponsive, it may not be that the universe has ignored you. It may be that your signal keeps changing mid-sentence. Mixed frequencies create static. That's why intention is less about intensity and more about steadiness. To hold a state of coherence is to hold a clear note long enough for reality to join the harmony. Imagine this field as an ocean responding to the tides of your emotion. Each thought is a wave, each feeling a current. The ocean cannot lie. It mirrors the movement of whatever swims within it. The question is never, is the field listening? It always is. The real question is, what are you broadcasting? Because the field will amplify whatever you send, faith or fear, certainty or doubt. And so, the art becomes one of awareness. Notice your emotional tone throughout the day. Are you tuning yourself through gratitude or through longing? Are you breathing coherence or broadcasting contradiction? The difference is subtle but absolute. When you align your inner state with the reality you desire, you no longer send conflicting messages into the quantum sea. You become the message. And once the message is clear, the echo cannot help but return. The echo of resonance fades into a softer current now. You've felt how the field listens, but to understand why stillness holds such power, we must travel into both physics and the pulse of the body itself. Because stillness isn't the absence of movement. It's the alignment of every movement within you. It's coherence translated into silence. Quantum theory once startled the scientific world by showing that, at the subatomic level, nothing exists as a fixed thing. Every particle is a cloud of possibilities, a wave of potential waiting to be observed. The famous double-slit experiment revealed this mystery. Light and matter behave as both wave and particle, depending on whether they're being watched. Observation collapses the wave into form. But here's the part rarely spoken aloud. Observation only collapses potential when it carries expectation. Empty looking does nothing. It's the quality of attention that shapes the outcome. The field listens to consciousness imbued with emotional coherence, not curiosity alone. This is why your state of being is the true creative instrument. Your thoughts, by themselves, are electrical sparks, fast, bright, but fleeting. Your emotions are magnetic, slow, powerful, and expansive. When these two forces merge in harmony, you generate a measurable electromagnetic field that extends beyond your body. Researchers in heart-brain coherence have found that gratitude, compassion, and love create the most organized and far-reaching fields. Fear, stress, and anger distort and fragment that signal. The field mirrors whatever pattern you stabilize, not what you verbally request. Think of your inner world like an orchestra. Each emotion plays an instrument. Each thought conducts a rhythm. When fear speeds the tempo and doubt blares off key, the music becomes noise. But when stillness returns, when breath synchronizes the beat, the orchestra finds harmony again. That's when the field begins to respond, because you've stopped interrupting your own broadcast. Ancient mystics described this same process long before physics could measure it. They called it meditation, prayer, devotion practices that quiet the outer mind so the inner signal can emerge. Today, neuroscience shows that during deep meditative states, the brain enters alpha and theta rhythms, slow waves associated with creativity, intuition, and peace. In these states, the barrier between conscious and subconscious softens, the body relaxes, and the electromagnetic coherence between heart and brain peaks. You become a single instrument instead of scattered static. Stillness, then, is not idleness. It is fine-tuning. When you are still, the field can finally recognize your true tone. The noise of wanting fades. The song of being takes its place. This is why manifestation often happens after you stop forcing it. The wave collapses when your energy stops contradicting itself. And what of those moments when silence feels unbearable, when your mind demands action, proof, or progress? That's the ego's survival code, a centuries-old belief that movement equals control. But in the quantum field, control equals resistance. The harder you push, the more turbulence you create in the signal. Stillness, paradoxically, is how you gain momentum. Imagine a lake at dawn. When the surface is still, it becomes a perfect mirror. You can see the sky reflected with clarity, but if you thrash the water to make it do something, the reflection shatters. The lake didn't stop reflecting, you stopped seeing. The same is true of the field. Your reflection is always there, only your turbulence hides it. So you begin to understand stillness is not passive, it is active alignment, a state where your awareness holds steady enough for potential to crystallize. You are the observer, the instrument, and the field itself. Every calm breath is a command written in frequency. Every moment of inner coherence invites the universe to organize around it. That is the hidden science of silence, not emptiness, but creation in perfect order. You may have noticed, after the stillness settles, how quickly the mind scrambles to fill it again, a reflex born from a culture addicted to doing. We're taught that effort is evidence of worth, that striving proves commitment. Yet in the quantum landscape, this belief backfires. The more you try, the more you affirm that you do not have, the harder you reach, the more distant the horizon appears. Effort becomes the echo of lack. This is the quiet trap most seekers fall into. They perform manifestation like a ritual checklist. Visualize. Affirm, repeat, but beneath the surface hums a frequency of disbelief. Each effort carries the hidden code, I still don't have it. The universe, impartial and precise, mirrors that vibration back. That's why so many feel stuck in cycles of almost. Their energy is busy declaring absence while their words demand abundance. The ego thrives in this tension because effort keeps it alive. It loves the chase, the striving, the drama of self-improvement. It doesn't care whether you ever arrive. It only cares that you stay moving fast enough to never question who's steering. Yet stillness dismantles that illusion. When you stop pushing, the ego panics. It loses its favorite toy, control. But something remarkable happens beyond that panic. A deeper intelligence awakens, one that doesn't operate by struggle. This intelligence, call it consciousness, awareness, or the field itself, functions through resonance. It does not need your strain, only your clarity. When your inner world becomes still enough to trust the process, energy begins to organize on your behalf. You stop micromanaging the universe and start collaborating with it. The paradox is that real power begins where effort ends. Think of it like floating. When you fight the water, you sink. When you relax, you rise. Manifestation follows the same law. Your desire is buoyant by nature. Your resistance is the weight that drags it down. The field isn't asking you to give up. It's asking you to release the friction that keeps the current from carrying you. This is where simplicity becomes the most radical act of all, because simplicity terrifies the ego. It says, surely it can't be that easy. And yet, in the physics of energy, simplicity is coherence. Complexity scatters, coherence condenses. The most elegant frequencies, gratitude, peace, love, are also the most stable. They require no performance, only presence. So pause for a moment. Feel what happens in your body when you stop trying to get it right. There's a subtle shift, a soft exhale, a loosening of the chest. That's alignment beginning to form. When you stop rehearsing the future, you make space for it to arrive. When you stop repeating affirmations from anxiety, you create the silence where they can finally root. Many ancient teachers pointed toward this surrender disguised as paradox. They said, act without attachment, create without grasping, trust without proof. In quantum terms, they were describing coherence, maintaining the vibration of completion while the physical catches up. To the conditioned mind, this sounds like doing nothing, but it is. In fact, the most precise action possible. It's focus without friction. So when you catch yourself over-efforting, forcing the meditation, policing your thoughts, timing the universe, smile gently, you are witnessing the old code at work. Each time you choose ease over tension, you rewire that pattern. You teach your body that safety can exist in stillness, that results can arise without pushing. That's when energy starts to flow through you rather than from you. You see now, the trap of trying isn't failure, it's feedback. It shows you where you're gripping the steering wheel instead of letting the current guide. Once you release that grip, you begin to move again, not in frantic motion, but in effortless momentum. That is the true rhythm of creation, the dance between intention and trust, focus and surrender, doing and being. The less you force, the faster the field can find you. You can feel it now, the way the struggle dissolves into something quieter, steadier. Once you stop fighting the current, a new question arises. If I am no longer chasing what I want, how do I become it? That's the heart of this next shift. Becoming is not a performance, it's remembrance. It's the art of tuning your entire system to the reality you wish to inhabit until that reality has no choice but to reveal itself. Every outcome already exists within the quantum field as a frequency band. Like channels on a vast spectrum, you don't pull the future toward you, you switch alignment to the version of yourself who already lives it. The key is emotional congruence, matching your inner tone to that parallel state. This is why visualization only works when paired with feeling. It's not the image that matters, but the frequency it awakens. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the version of you who already lives in harmony, abundance. Love whatever you're calling in. Don't think about how they got there. Feel their presence. How does their breath move? What emotions hum beneath their words? The more you can sustain that internal rhythm, the faster the field reorganizes around it. You're not pretending, you're embodying. You're allowing your nervous system to memorize the future before it arrives. Science quietly confirms this mystical truth. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire, doesn't distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you rehearse gratitude, joy, or confidence, neural pathways strengthen as if the event has already occurred. Your body becomes familiar with success before the evidence appears. That familiarity is magnetic. It signals the field. This frequency is home. Neville Goddard called it living from the end. Joe Dispenza describes it as rehearsing the future. Both point to the same mechanism, the fusion of belief and embodiment. You're not waiting for reality to change before you feel whole. You're feeling whole so reality can match it. This inversion is where manifestation transforms from wishful thinking into energetic authorship. Imagine this process like lighting a candle inside your chest. At first, the flame flickers a fragile awareness that maybe, just maybe, you are allowed to feel good before things improve. But as you feed that flame with attention and repetition, it grows steadier. Soon your energy becomes self-sustaining. You wake with a different pulse, walk with subtle confidence, speak with resonance. You stop asking when it will happen because it already feels done. The body follows the mind's rehearsal, and the field follows the body's coherence. It's a cascade thoughts form, feelings amplify, physiology shifts, frequency stabilizes, and the outer world bends to reflect it. This is not magic, it's mechanics, and yet it feels miraculous because the effort disappears. But here lies the subtle danger, the temptation to rush even this process, to become the frequency as another task on the spiritual checklist. That is still the old pattern of control wearing a new costume. Becoming isn't forced, it's remembered. It's the act of relaxing into the version of yourself that already exists. When you stop trying to make coherence and simply notice it, you cross the threshold from practice to presence. So when you wake tomorrow, don't start with what's missing. Begin with what's already alive within you. Whisper gratitude not as a strategy, but as recognition. Move through your day as if reality is conspiring quietly in your favor, because in coherence, it always is. The more you live in that tone, the more natural it feels. And when it feels natural, it becomes normal. That's when the shift locks in. This is what it means to become the frequency, to embody the vibration of completion so consistently that the field can't tell the difference between you and your vision. You stop trying to attract and start to emanate. And the moment you emanate, creation recognizes its own reflection. The energy steadies now, vibrating with the warmth of embodiment. You've begun to sense how becoming is remembrance, yet coherence, that seamless union between thought, emotion, and body, is what keeps that remembrance alive. Coherence is not merely feeling good, it's the alignment of your entire electromagnetic signature into one unified message. It's when your brain and heart speak the same language, when your inner dialogue no longer contradicts your inner rhythm. Imagine for a moment two instruments tuning together: the brain as the precise, calculating violin, the heart as the deep, resonant drum. Alone, they create fragments. Together, they create harmony. That harmony becomes a frequency, and that frequency becomes a call to the universe saying, "This is what I am." When coherence stabilizes, manifestation is no longer a question of if, but of when. Scientific research has caught whispers of this mystery. The heart's magnetic field is thousands of times stronger than that of the brain, extending several feet beyond the body. It communicates information instantaneously through emotion. When you feel gratitude, peace, or love, your heartbeat patterns smooth into waves of rhythm-measured coherence. That signal tells every cell, we are safe, we are aligned. In that moment, chemistry changes, dopamine rises, cortisol falls, and the body begins to mirror the emotional signature of the future you've envisioned. That's why forcing your way into abundance never works, because the body cannot fake coherence. You can speak affirmations all day, but if your nervous system vibrates in fear, the message stays scrambled. The field hears not your words, but your waveform. To shift your life, you must shift that waveform not by will, but by presence. Coherence isn't perfection, it's consistency. Think of it as learning to play a single note clearly instead of trying to control the entire song. Gratitude is that note, love is that note. These are the simplest, most powerful harmonics you can send into the quantum sea. Each time you breathe deeply, each time you choose calm over chaos, you're strengthening that signal. The field doesn't respond to momentary emotion, it responds to sustained vibration. And here lies a profound truth. Coherence is contagious, but the moment your frequency stabilizes, you become a tuning fork for others. People around you begin to feel calmer, more open, more aligned, not because you've said anything, but because your field speaks louder than words. This is why one peaceful person can shift an entire room, and why communities practicing coherence can influence measurable changes in global energy. The field, after all, is shared. Now, consider how this creative power moves through you. When your mind races with doubt, but your heart whispers peace. Pause. Let the breath become your bridge. Inhale as if you're drawing light into your chest. Exhale as if you're sending it outward through your skin. This isn't fantasy, it's feedback training. You're teaching your body to hold coherence under pressure, to remain steady even when reality wavers. That steadiness becomes the magnet. And when coherence becomes your baseline, life rearranges effortlessly. Opportunities appear not as random gifts, but as mirrors of your stabilized signal. You begin to experience what mystics called grace, the intersection where inner alignment meets external synchronicity. Nothing is forced, yet everything moves. Remember, coherence is both a practice and a prayer. It's the invisible handshake between your consciousness and creation. Each heartbeat, each conscious breath is a signature on that contract. You are saying, I am ready to receive what matches my harmony. And the field, vast, impartial, precise, responds with perfect symmetry. So trust your signal, nourish it, protect it from noise. Because coherence is not just the language of creation, it's the proof that creation is listening. From the hum of coherence, something extraordinary begins to stir a threshold where potential turns tangible. You've learned how harmony within creates clarity without. But now we enter the most mysterious moment of all, the collapse. This is where waves become worlds, where probability becomes presence, where you, the observer, choose a universe by the frequency you sustain. Physics calls it the collapse of the wave function, the moment an infinite sea of possibilities condenses into a single outcome. Yet beyond the equations, this is an intimate process. Each time you hold an emotion long enough, each time you stabilize gratitude or trust, you are collapsing a wave of potential into form. The universe isn't selecting for you, you are selecting through it. Every possibility already exists: your dream relationship, your creative success, your financial freedom, all suspended like stars in a field of quantum light. They are not waiting to be built, but to be noticed, to collapse a possibility. Your awareness must rest upon it with coherence, not with grasping, not with desperation, with the certainty of one who knows the outcome is already written and simply awaiting recognition. Think of a photograph emerging in a dark room. The image was always there, latent on the paper, invisible until developed by light. Your emotion is that light. The clearer, steadier, and warmer it burns, the faster the image appears. That's why mixed feelings delay manifestation. They flash inconsistent light upon the same print. When your emotional exposure stabilizes, the image sharpens. This is what Joe Dispenza refers to when he speaks of the heart and brain entering gamma coherence, an elevated state where the mind's vision and the heart's rhythm fuse. In this state, the body stops living from memory and begins to live from imagination. You're no longer repeating old stories, you're authoring a new timeline. The wave collapses not through effort, but through recognition. You've remembered who you are in the version that already exists. But here lies the subtle art: collapse cannot be forced. Trying to make it happen instantly reintroduces the frequency of lack. It's like demanding a seed to sprout before the soil warms. Instead, your task is to hold the field open, to let coherence work its quiet magic. When impatience arises, that's simply energy reminding you where trust is still growing roots. As coherence deepens, synchronicities begin to multiply, moments where external reality echoes your internal tone. The right message at the right hour, a stranger uttering the very phrase you needed, a door opening the moment you stop knocking. These are not coincidences, they are feedback. The field confirming that the wave has begun to solidify into form. And yet, the greatest collapse happens not when you receive what you wanted, but when you no longer need proof to believe. When you can look at the still unchanged landscape and feel peace anyway. That moment, the one between knowing and seeing, is the hinge of creation. Because belief anchored in evidence is reaction. Belief anchored in being is authorship. Imagine the universe as a mirror again. It doesn't reflect instantly. There's a shimmer, a lag, the time it takes light to return. Most give up in that shimmer, assuming nothing's happening. But you, now, know better. That shimmer is the collapse in progress. The wave is turning to form beneath your patience. So hold the tone. Keep your coherence steady. Observe with quiet confidence and watch how the world bends inward to meet you. The field doesn't hurry, but it never forgets. The vibration you nurture today becomes the reality you inhabit tomorrow. And when the wave finally collapses, it won't feel like something arriving. It will feel like something remembering you back. The shimmer from the last section still lingers, that luminous pause between faith and form. You've witnessed the collapse, the invisible turning visible, and now the question becomes, how do you live after the miracle begins? Because this is where most people stumble. They taste coherence, glimpse manifestation, then slide back into old gravity. To sustain the field's response, you must learn to live as the evidence. This means walking through your days not as a seeker, but as a signal. You no longer ask, when will it come, because you understand that it is already resonating through you. Your task now is maintenance, not pursuit. You are the frequency. You are the proof. The field can't tell the difference between the outer reflection and the inner tone. It simply amplifies whichever one you stabilize. Imagine a sculptor who stops chiseling once the form emerges. She no longer carves, she polishes. Each gentle stroke reveals the figure that was always inside the stone. In the same way, living as the evidence is refinement, small daily alignments that maintain resonance. Gratitude before results. Calm amid delay. Stillness within chaos. These are the polishings of the energetic self. Many fall back into chasing because they confuse confirmation with creation. They wait for the world to validate their new state, unaware that the world is already updating in real time. The delay you perceive is only the speed of light returning from your signal. Keep living as if the reflection has already caught up, because it's on the way. This is what ancient texts meant when they spoke of faith made flesh. Faith isn't believing something will happen someday. It's embodying the tone of completion now. When you act, think, and feel from that reality, coherence stabilizes. And stability is what locks the timeline. Doubt shakes the image. Faith stills it. Living as the evidence doesn't mean pretending or denying contrast. It means letting every situation serve as a mirror for your vibration. When fear appears, you meet it with awareness rather than panic. When uncertainty whispers, you anchor back into coherence instead of control. Each return to balance strengthens the imprint. You're not faking serenity, you're remembering it faster. It helps to think in physics again. The moment you collapse one wave, the moment a desire becomes real, countless new possibilities branch outward. Creation doesn't end, it continues unfolding through you. Living as the evidence is staying conscious amid that unfolding. You stop chasing new manifestations because the joy of coherence itself becomes the reward. You become addicted not to outcomes, but to alignment. And here's the most profound twist: when you stop needing the external to prove your inner state, the external rushes to mirror it anyway. Because the field loves closure, it resolves frequencies into harmony. So when you vibrate with the peace of having, life synchronizes to confirm it. That's why miracles often arrive the moment you stop looking for them. Coherence has reached its final threshold, and the field must respond. Walk through your world as if it's already listening, because it is. Speak with the calm authority of one who knows the order of things. Feel gratitude as your baseline, not your reaction. In time, this becomes effortless, like breathing in rhythm with the universe itself. Soon you realize that living as the evidence is not about proving anything. It's about becoming transparent enough that the field can shine through you unobstructed. You are no longer trying to manifest reality. Reality is manifesting through you. And in that seamless exchange, creation recognizes its reflection and calls it home. The realization settles in like dawn light, through fog, gentle, inevitable, patient. You've begun to live as the evidence, to walk as coherence made flesh. But now comes the most subtle mastery of all, sustaining it, the discipline of ease. Because ease is not laziness, nor is it apathy. It is the deliberate choice to remain open when every conditioned reflex tells you to tighten, to grasp, to control. Most people mistake ease for luck or temperament. They believe calm hearts are born, not trained. Yet ease is practiced the hardest kind. It's the art of staying receptive while the old world still tempts you with urgency. It's the decision, moment after moment, to respond from stillness rather than react from habit. You may remember the lake from before the mirror of the sky. The surface of that lake doesn't remain calm by accident. It is the natural state of water undisturbed. Likewise, ease is your natural state when you stop stirring the surface with worry. The discipline lies in catching yourself mid-splash and returning to stillness without judgment. When coherence becomes your home frequency, life will test it. Challenges won't vanish, they'll evolve. The universe doesn't send trials to punish you, it sends resonance checks. Are you steady in peace even when the wind rises? Can you hold gratitude when outcomes delay? Each wave of uncertainty is not an obstacle but a tuning exercise, helping you stabilize your tone. This is why true mastery looks deceptively simple. It's breathing evenly when the signal flickers. It's remembering alignment while paying the bills, while answering the message that stirs old fears, while navigating the noise of the world. Every moment of ease you choose is a recalibration, a message to the field: I trust the process. And trust is the strongest magnetic force known to consciousness. Consider the way a skilled pilot flies through turbulence. They don't fight the air, they adjust gently. Micro shifts of pressure and angle, guided by instruments and instinct. That's coherence in motion. The sky doesn't calm because of their struggle. It calms because they maintain equilibrium long enough for the storm to pass. So it is with your energy. The discipline of ease isn't about avoiding turbulence, it's about flying through it without losing altitude. Ancient sages called this wu-wei effortless action. It means allowing movement to arise from flow rather than friction. When you act from this place, your timing becomes impeccable. You say the right words without planning, meet the right people without seeking, arrive at the right moments without haste. The field organizes through your calm. Notice, too, how ease ripples outward. Your energy becomes a sanctuary. People relax around you, conversations deepen, synchronicities multiply. because the field doesn't need shouting, it needs clarity. The quieter your vibration, the louder its impact. The discipline of ease asks one thing of you: consistency. Not perfection, not perpetual bliss, just the willingness to return, to notice tension and exhale it, to sense fear and meet it with softness, to remember that power and peace are not opposites. They are the same current at different speeds. When you choose ease, you accelerate manifestation not through effort, but through the removal of resistance. This is how the masters create without strain. They do not command reality, they allow it. They know that energy flows where tension ends. And once ease becomes your discipline, once you can hold that calm in motion, you discover a truth so profound. It almost feels like silence. The universe has been matching your pace all along, waiting for you to slow enough to meet it. From the quiet rhythm of ease rises a wider pulse, not just yours, but ours. Because coherence doesn't end at the edge of your skin. It radiates, merges, and multiplies. What began as personal alignment now reveals itself as participation in something vast, a collective awakening woven through the quantum field itself. You were never manifesting alone. You were rehearsing harmony for the symphony of humanity. Every thought you stabilize, every breath you calm, broadcasts into the lattice of consciousness surrounding the planet. Science calls it resonance fields. Mystics call it the web of light. Whatever the name, the principle is constant, coherent energy synchronizes everything it touches. When enough individuals hold that tone, the collective field shifts. The world doesn't change through argument or conquest. It evolves through coherence. Consider how one tuning fork can set another vibrating from across the room. Now multiply that by millions of hearts, choosing presence over panic, gratitude over greed, peace over projection. That's the quiet revolution already underway. The media may not report it, but the field feels it, a gradual alignment, a recalibration of the human signal. Each act of awareness contributes data to the universal equation. Each moment of compassion becomes quantum architecture for a saner world. You, in your stillness, are not withdrawing from the world. You are influencing it at the deepest frequency. When you forgive, the field softens. When you breathe calmly during chaos, the electromagnetic coherence of your heart stabilizes nearby nervous systems. When you choose love instead of fear, that signal travels measurable, real, and rippling outward like concentric waves. The field doesn't know separation, it only knows sound. This is why collective meditation studies show measurable decreases in violence and unrest. Why moments of global compassion correlate with shifts in Earth's electromagnetic resonance. These aren't coincidences, they're proof of participation. The same principles that collapse your personal reality into form also sculpt the shared reality we inhabit together. Imagine the planet as a single organism, billions of cells learning to fire in harmony. You are one of those cells, learning coherence not just for personal peace, but for planetary equilibrium. Every act of alignment is service. Every steady breath is activism. In a world addicted to noise, calm is rebellion. And yet, the invitation isn't to preach or convert, but to embody. When you radiate coherence, you transmit possibility. Others feel it, even if they don't understand it. They sense safety in your presence. They find their own rhythm through yours. The field uses you as a lighthouse, silent, unwavering, guiding frequencies home. So the path comes full circle from chasing reality to becoming it. From becoming it to radiating it. The universe mirrors not just individuals, but collectives. We are each fractals of a greater wave collapsing into harmony. And the more of us who live as evidence, who practice the discipline of ease, who remember our intrinsic connection, the more luminous the collective field becomes. The awakening is not a future event, it's a present frequency. It's the sound of billions of hearts remembering coherence at once. It's what prophets described as heaven on earth. Scientists glimpse in unified field equations, and mystics feel as divine union. Different languages for the same truth. The field is remembering itself through us. So, when you next sit in silence, know that your stillness is not empty. It is contribution. It is creation. It is light, traveling across timelines, signaling to others. Here, this is the frequency. Follow it home. You are not a solitary manifester. You are a node in the quantum web of becoming. And every moment you choose coherence, you strengthen the lattice of a new world. The field is listening, and through you, it is learning to sing again. The song of the collective field fades into a hush, the sound of resonance dissolving into silence. And in that silence, something intimate remains you. The same awareness that has traveled through paradox in science, through collapse and coherence, now rests in stillness again, not as a seeker, but as a participant in creation's breath. You've seen how chasing scatters energy, how becoming harmonizes it, and how coherence carries it into form. You've felt the subtle shift from asking to aligning, from speaking to embodying. And now, as the waves settle, you may notice a deeper realization rising like dawn. The field you've been learning to tune is not separate from you. It is you. The frequency you've sought was never distant. It was waiting beneath the static of striving. Every heartbeat has been whispering the same message. You are the signal, the observer and the observed, the wave and the collapse, the dream and the dreamer, all woven into one living circuit of awareness. So take a breath now, slow, conscious, deliberate. Feel how even the air participates in your remembrance. When you exhale, imagine your coherence rippling outward, touching countless unseen lives, steadying them, soothing them. This is how the world changes quietly, quantumly, through presence shared. Let this truth settle where words can't reach you. Don't manifest the universe. You remind it of its own harmony. Every act of calm, every thought of love, every moment of stillness feeds the collective frequency. Together, we are tuning reality back to itself. So as you leave this space, don't rush to apply, to test, to measure. Simply become what you've learned. Walk softly, speak slowly, breathe fully. Let coherence be your signature. Let ease be your discipline. Let gratitude be your gravity. And when the noise of the world grows loud again, remember the field is still humming beneath it all, waiting for your attention to find its tone. Return to that hum, and you'll find home. This is Quantum Jar. This is the remembrance that manifestation was never about reaching outward. It was always about returning inward until the whole field sings your name.